What's up, internet? My name's Ori. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. You like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Today is Saturday, September 2nd, day number 32 inside the Big Brother house. It was nominations day, and there's a lot to go over. But before we do, I just need to tell you about how I'm feeling about this cast, because it was a little bit hard for me to even come up with better words than someone who I want to bring on as a special guest to tell you how I feel about these house guests and about this cast. Ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you, a titan of industry and media. I bring you Logan Roy.
I love you, but you are not serious people.
I couldn't have said it any better myself. These are just unserious people. I love them all. I really do. This cast, just wonderful. I love them. But they're unserious people who I don't know if they're even here to play the game. I think there's a chance, a small chance, they're all paid actors. Because this is, oh man, there's so much to go over. Okay, so let's start with the nominations. Jared and Cirie, they met really early in the day to kind of discuss plans and stuff like that. So they knew Jared was going to have to nominate. Before they got into that, they did talk about like some of his HOH stuff. Like they talked about the letter, and they were asking like, you know, like, oh, like, is that who you thought you would get? He's actually no, I thought I might get one from my girlfriend at home, because she was one of the top people that he put to get a letter from. And Cirie's like, would you even want one from her? And she's like, listen, they're probably trying to protect you. Like, with the whole situation you got going on, probably best if you didn't get a letter from her. So that was kind of interesting. But then they ended up talking about the nominations. Cam and Red, they will be the noms, with Cam as the target for the week. Cirie is on to America, though. Fully knows that America is up to no good and is actively, like, going against her and trying to talk to Jag, trying to talk to Blue. I assume this is all coming from Matt, because, oh man, here's the thing. Matt's too far gone. Matt is fully in Cirie's pocket, and we'll talk later on about his conversation with Jag at the end of the night, but he's fully in with Cirie. And I think I've kind of figured it out. Somebody actually kind of reminded me in the comments. I forget who it was. But one of the last things that Reilly told Matt was trust Cirie. And he's taken that to heart. He's full on trusting Cirie with all of his being. Every information that comes his way, he's sharing with her. So it seems like he's fully invested. He actually brought Cirie and Jag together, who at the time both fully aware of what the other is kind of doing. Like, Cirie knows at this point that Jag is having conversations, and Jag knows that Cirie is fully insulated by all these people. But he brings them both together. They create like a handshake out of it and everything, to be this kind of like 3-person alliances. There were names they were coming up with like Reilly's Promise and everything. It's weird, but no, they didn't end up naming themselves that. But it is a thing they're trying, and then later on we'll expand on even more of this with Jag and Matt having a conversation. Jared ended up having his meetings with everybody, kind of talking about what the noms are going to be. He did end up meeting with Red, and he told him about the plan. He's like, listen, I'm going to use you as a pawn against Cameron. Cameron's the target. I'm not going after you. I'm comfortable telling you all this because Cirie told me that you were trustworthy. And listen, I listen to Cirie because I'm a mama's boy, and I think of her as mom. Jared, just stop, buddy. He then also told Cam that it would be America or Bowie going up on the block. And Cam said he would rather it be America than Bowie, but totally is okay with it. And he's like, it's not me. So that's great. And then Jared actually ended up telling America this. And I normally try to avoid like the stuff that I don't actually know what's going on. But there is something deeper happening, and I can only really speculate, and I hate to speculate. That's why I don't really like talking about these kind of things, because it could be anything, right? When the feeds are cutting, when the conversations are happening, you can only just assume, and everybody knows what happens when you assume. You make an ass out of you and me. So let me just tell you at least what I'm able to gather, because I think it's important, and I don't 100% know. There's something going on with America and Cam. Every single time there's conversations about like the two of them, feeds seem to cut away. There was a thing last night that I saw, and actually I didn't even really catch it because of everything else that was happening, all the game talks that were going on, not last night, but the night before, on the last update. And I didn't even catch it just because all the conversations that were going on, where America told Matt, and I don't know who else was there, about Cameron having these like weird like things where he was calling them jury thoughts. It was something like jury something, and it was like the idea of like, oh, like this is something we could do in jury. If you guys don't know, jury's where people like to play a little games and things that you normally probably wouldn't want to do on camera necessarily. It's kind of known that that kind of a thing happens, rarely talked about. But apparently Cameron had been saying stuff like that, and I'm getting the vibe that it's making America uncomfortable. Now, America is a flirt. She 100%, she does that kind of thing. She jokes around. But it seems like there might be something else to it. She was talking to Jag last night, and the feeds kind of cut, and then they came back, and she was like crying about it as well. Again, I put last night in my notes, but this is from the night before as I was like putting this together. And yeah, there's something weird going on. I don't know 100% know all the details, and that's why I hate even talking about it, because I don't know exactly what's going on, but there's something. It's keep an eye out. If you guys hear anything about it, this is what's going on. Cory and Jared ended up talking about the noms. Each of them kind of talking about like each other's showmance and like what the dynamics are with that. And Jared was kind of saying like, yo, you need to get her in line. Cory's like, well, I mean, like, I don't really like talking down to her. Jared's like, what do you mean? Oh, Jared, you gotta just shut your mouth sometimes, guy. Like, I don't know what to say, Jared. You just keep digging yourself deeper and deeper and deeper. Meanwhile, Cory coming off looking like a wonderful young man. Meanwhile, also any of like the trash talk he gave about America's game to Jared or anybody else you see, like he actually was talking to Izzy about how like he feels like he's being like friend zoned and stuff like that. This was all talked about with Cory and America earlier in the day. They were like, listen, let's just kind of like talk bad about each other, try and like separate a little bit, right? Just to try and change some of the narratives that like the two of them are like super close. So that's why if you see them kind of talking bad about each other, that's why. Red and Cameron had also been doing this, and at first I thought, oh, it's a plan just the same. But nope. I think it was just more self-preservation than anything else, and we'll talk more about that after, because some things come up after the nominations all went down. Blue actually ended up talking to Jared as well, just about like what the nominations are going to be, and like they did kind of float around like, oh, maybe America, right? But Blue kind of pushed them off of that, saying how much that, she really wanted to keep America off the block, and America was good for her game, and she trusted her. But we'll get to that at the end, because again, these are not serious people that we're dealing with. Red and Cameron go up on the block. Both obviously not exactly thrilled to be up on the block, especially with each other, but both of them are thinking they're pawns, because everyone's telling Cameron, like, listen, if things stay the same, like 5 minutes from now, we had a vote, you're good, you're staying. He's not. If the vote stays the same, Cameron would be leaving. He is, though, happy to be competing in his 11th straight competition, which is just kind of a weird thing. I don't know if anyone else has competed in every single competition in their season, because he's either been picked for a veto or he's been on the block, and then he's played in every HOH competition because this last one got reset. So I don't know if there's ever been anybody to compete in 11 competitions in a row like this, while also have winning at least one HOH. So yeah, it seems like that might be a first for him. Congratulations. At least you got something for standing for almost 14 hours, because you didn't get anything from that other than being on the block now. But other than that, while all this is going on with, him just kind of being like, all right, it is what it is. He goes to Jared and he's like, listen, if I win the veto, right? Like, what do you want me to do with it? Jared's like, I don't know, whatever you want it. You would win it. Basically trying to tell him, like, hey, like, if you don't want me to use the veto and keep it the same, I'll do that. Oh, Cameron. I don't know, buddy. Meanwhile, Red, he's going around telling everybody that, you know what? I don't like being on the block with Cameron. It's his birthday this week. It's his birthday on Tuesday. So he's like, I've had a lot of bad birthdays, and if I won the veto, I'll probably use it on Cam. And also, if the nominations stay the same after the veto, I would hope that you guys, follow my wishes and you vote me out over Cameron. I made a promise to him that I would go out before he would if it ever came to this position. Never imagined it would be this early. So he's pretty much giving up. Once again, these are not serious people we're dealing with in this game. He ended up having a really long chat with Jag, Red did. Again, kind of talking about the same thing, about how he would be willing to fall on the sword. Jag, though, still wants to talk about the vote. He's been interrogating people all throughout the day of, like, what happened with the vote? What did you know? Like, was it ever going to be me who stayed? Or, like, what's going on? So he's been kind of doing that. It's been really getting on a lot of people's nerves, especially Cirie. But he had this really long convo with Jag. There was this whole spider web metaphor where he was kind of talking about Cirie, Izzy, and Jared all kind of being in a group, and like they have this big spider web around them with Felicia and Mimi. But honestly, he never said their names. He would just use this metaphor of this web, and everyone's going around it. Jag, at this point, just say it, buddy. Like, what do you have to lose? They've already evicted you. You have nothing else to lose but just to come out and say to Red, Cirie is running this house. So there's no reason to be cagey anymore. Red doesn't really seem to be paying much attention. He's just worried about the fudge he's making. But yeah, I can't believe that Jag's being this cagey with things when there's no reason anymore. Just be open and honest, because you have nothing left. You have a second life in this game. Make the most of it. Meanwhile, while he's doing this, Cirie is in the back room saying how, oh my gosh, they're out there talking so much. It was her and Mimi just kind of venting about, Jag going around and kind of following everybody around, and Cameron's been doing the same thing. They just been completely upset with all the interrogation that Jag's been doing. They're like over the conversations. They're like, it's done, it's over, move on with. Mimi also filled in Cirie that Jag and America were having a real late night chat in the bathroom. We actually talked about how she caught them for a little bit, which kind of held off their conversation. But they were up for a very long time on the feeds the other day. Cameron, after the nominations, and he goes up to Jared, and he's got a new plan. hey, what if the veto's used? You put up Izzy. He's like, listen, it'll be a big move. It'll be iconic. No one will see it coming. Tell everyone the replacement will be America, but it will be Izzy. Meanwhile, Red, he's been telling everybody he wants to leave. So Izzy is coming up to tell Jared that he has to talk to Red. So Cameron hides in his bathroom. So Izzy comes in and starts talking to him. Izzy leaves. Cameron comes back out. He's like, I told you. He's talking about how Red needs to talk to him. And they're not serious people. They're just not. I love them all, but they're not serious people in this game. Once again, it's just mind-blowing. We then later actually got Izzy and Jared kind of talking about Cirie being really annoying and teasing them. Cirie ends up showing up and she starts talking about how everybody's annoying her, like Jag and Red and the fudge, and they're tired of eating the food that he cooks. Something we have to keep in mind. Cirie's done these games before, right? She's played Survivor. She's been on Traitors. The longest that she's ever played one of these games for is 38 days on Survivor. The Traitors is done really quickly. It's, every day they're getting rid of somebody. So, we're just about, 6 days from that? And we're not even halfway through the season. She's never had to do it for this long. Big Brother is a marathon. And if she's already getting annoyed by these people, and Jared and Izzy, they're not making it any easier for her, I don't know. I don't know if she can keep this up. She's doing great. As of right now, Cirie is winning this game. She's just completely controlling everything. But right now is right now. And how long can you keep this up? We don't know if she has it in her to keep on going. Nothing says she's going to be slowing down anytime soon, but the annoyance factor could be something that gets to her. Maybe she starts slipping up. But hey, you know what? At least she has Matt. Matt's like the good son. He's like, do you guys remember that movie with Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood? Wait, did we just have two Culkins? We had two Culkin references on this update. Macaulay and Kieran, both of them made an appearance in this update. Who would have thought? Jag ended up having a conversation with Cirie, and this was more of just Jag talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, and Cirie going, yeah, oh, and somehow Jag walks away from this feeling great. He is back on board with Cirie, and not just is he feeling great with Cirie, he's feeling terrible about America. He starts telling Blue how they can't trust her, and that she's the reason he was even on the block, saying that he talked to Felicia, and Felicia had told him the only reason he was on the block was America came to Felicia saying Jag said Felicia's name. Okay, maybe she did. I don't even know if she did or not. Maybe she did. But she's still the only one that was telling you the truth, Jack. The only one. Then after that, he has a very long chat with Matt in the bathroom. And Matt starts throwing America under the bus, saying, oh, like she didn't want to tell Jag. And it was Cory who wanted to tell Jag. And Jag says he knows he can't trust her 100%. Cory's his demeanor has changed. He's stopped acting the way he normally acts. So he can't trust them. He wants to do an alliance with Matt, Jag, Cirie, and Red. He said nobody would see it coming. These are not serious people. Listen, I've joked before that if I was ever to play Big Brother and I saw a returning player walk in, I'd vote him out right away, except for Paul. I would take Paul to the end because everybody knows you take Paul to the end and you win 5-4. That's just how it goes. But I need to stress, if you ever play a game like this, whether it's Big Brother, Survivor, The Traitors, whatever it is, and there's a returning player or someone who's played these games before, you take them out as quick as you can because they just will run circles around you. It's like going into the, a pickup basketball game and LeBron James is over on the other team. You're saying, wait a minute, who do I got on my team? And then out walks a group of 5th graders. Like, what are you supposed to do? There's nothing. You just gotta, you start fouling LeBron. That's what you do. Give him a couple elbows and you'll be fine. It's a thing. It's a thing. But what do you guys think of everything going on inside the house right now? What do you think of Jared and his HOH nominating Cam and Red? I think it's probably his best move. Putting up America at this time probably just would have caused more ruffles and caused just more waves throughout the house. But now at this point, it seems like he could put America up and backdoor her. Everything would be fine. But of course, you still want to get Cameron or Red out. Cameron is for sure going to be the one to be voted out if he is on the block come eviction. But we'll see how this all goes. I'll tell you. It seemed like we were getting ready for Jag, America, Cory, Blue, and Matt. Maybe if they could pull Matt back over. But Matt is too far gone. He's in Cirie's pocket now. And it is what it is. It is what it is. All we can do is sit back and watch as Cirie kind of runs this house. Again, maybe she'll fumble along the way, because I thought she fully fumbled the whole power situation. And it seemed like she did until today. Somehow all of these people decided not to be serious people and play silly games instead of playing games that mean something. They keep talking about like, oh, I don't want to lie. I just want to be, honest. And, America's over here is telling us that we have to start lying. Yeah, because it's Big Brother. It's Big Brother. You have to lie. You just do. Like, come on. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Honestly, I'm exhausted from these people. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. You'll never miss a video. You'll never miss a stream. Links to all my socials in the description down below. Pinned comment as well. You can find links to my Twitter, Twitch, Discord, Kick. Join, follow, all the things you want. But thank you guys again so much for watching. We'll see how this all develops. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking about everything going on. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you next time.